Get around the boys. Round 1 win for St Kilda. How good an absolute upset at Marvel Stadium. Sunday afternoon, 4:40. That is our time. You cannot beat us then. We are feeling on top of the world right now. We might be a bit rusty after a big weekend of celebrating, but I'm feeling good, boys. How are you feeling, Jakey?
Mate, I'm on top of the world. The Twilight Terrors. That's what they're going to call us this year.
That's what I like.
That's our slot. That's Ross Lyon's house. That was awesome. It's been such a good weekend, but that just added the icing to the cake.
Yeah.
And then seeing Marshy on the screen, and he's wrecked his voice, celebrating all day yesterday.
Yeah.
Good to be 1-0.
That's it. Marshy, how are you feeling, mate?
Oh, yep, lads and listeners.
As you can tell.
Yeah, that was sick. That was such a good game. And, we'll get into it. But the crowd, numbers were disappointing.
How many did we get there?
23 and a half.
23 and a half.
So, pretty shit. However, that is the loudest it has been for some time, and for good reason. We played some scrumdiddly-umptious football, and Ross the boss, he's back.
I mean, we have 8 of our best players out, and if there's anyone that's going to get the most out of their team in that situation, it's Ross the boss.
Absolutely. We said that last week, didn't we?
That's exactly right. And it's just been... I thought we were going to get thumped. I was remaining positive.
I was a bit scared.
I
I was scared, yeah.
There was not a part of me at all week leading up to that game where I thought we're going to get done. I thought we might lose, but I really did expect that sort of effort. I was not surprised to see that yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought at some point maybe the first 2 quarters I'm like, can we sustain this?
Yeah.
That was probably the only thing I thought about. Was
And
like,
that was like last year as well,
Yeah.
wasn't it? The last
and
time
I thought,
we played
okay,
them.
I'll forgive them if there's a bit of a dip. In the third quarter there was. But to finish with the last 5 goals of the game,
Yeah.
I think the last 35 Fremantle entries into the 50, they didn't kick a goal. Well,
Yeah.
I read something like that. I don't know if that's true, but
After the
that's
7-minute
insane.
mark of the third quarter, they didn't kick a goal.
That's credit to that back line. They
kicked
were
2
huge.
goals for the half.
Huge effort from the backs.
Yeah. It was such a stock standard Ross Lyon game. Low scoring, defensive efforts everywhere. Fremantle's defence taking intercept marks everywhere. But as were we.
Yeah.
And they had... What I was really impressed with was Fremantle had some really clean transition that we just held up in that last line of defence when we weren't able to get our zone going, when they finally got around our zone, because that was... I've got to tell you, boys, sitting up on level 3, Saints haven't looked that organised.
Yeah.
100%.
Since 2011 when Ross left.
Yep.
Haven't looked that organised. It was 3-man, 4-man, 3-man, 4-man.
Yeah. I noticed that too. Even on level 2, there were just layers. I was telling Jess, I'm like, look, there's
It
that
was the
first
icing
row.
on the cake, but the layers of the cake.
There were layers of the cake.
There were layers.
Yeah, that's how you make a
It's
cake.
a sponge base, a bit of cream, a bit of raspberry coulis, you know.
All right.
Oh, that tickled me.
But,
It was brilliant.
Yeah, it was just... I'm content.
And to get the most out of some blokes out there that we thought, they're on their last legs, some of these guys. They need to stand up. The likes of Ryan Burns.
It was unreal.
Unreal with not just getting 27 and using the ball well, but some of the second and third efforts that he had, the chases,
Yep.
Mitch Owens, Caminiti competing all day. Crouch looked good.
Crouch played really well.
Overall, our midfield looked in the game, if that makes sense. Like, they weren't going through the motions. They were really present in the game.
That was my proudest moment, was watching our midfield fight for
Yeah.
the ball.
Yeah.
We smashed them in clearances, annihilated them, and they annihilated us in the ruck, like for tap outs. I'll say Rowan Marshall around the field again was just phenomenal. But in the ruck, hit outs to advantage, they were plus 10 or something, and it didn't matter.
No.
Because they didn't end up being advantageous. They would hit the chest of a Fremantle player, but our pressure inside that midfield, I've never seen it like that before. We scrapped, we scrummed until that ball fell free, and that's where we saw the likes of blokes like Hunter Clark really show his class.
Very good. Yeah.
And you know how we always call him Hunter Shark, and he do-do-do-do-do-do.
We always
roams
call
around
him,
the
or
packs.
you-
He's not roaming anymore.
Yeah.
He's got that standing start. and then he sees the ball go, and then he charges through and just all pace.
And that really permeated to the rest of the boys. I thought defensively, it was Brad Hill's best game for us.
He was brilliant.
Yeah.
The tackles,
the tackles, the spoils, just and just really hunting the footy. He was just buzzing around, and you know there were quite a few mistakes from all the players. It was a pretty scrappy game, and fair enough when you go on. You know, it was a hectic game of footy.
Yeah.
It was intense, but the fact that we had blokes hunting the footy, but also we were in numbers. It was we were rarely, you know, just leaving it one out to a person. If someone got in a spot of bother, you have like a Nas coming up, you had Crouch, and just going and Burns, and so many blokes like Mason Wood.
Yes, brilliant.
Like, you put it perfectly, Jake. We were present. We were really present in this game, and it was so nice to see.
And you spoke about not leaving men by themselves. But we chose the right moments.
Well, I was gonna jump in there just quickly.
Yeah.
Because and you would know this because we've spoken about this before, whether it was man on man or zone. I thought we played the zone incredibly well.
We played it perfectly.
And I think that offered so many opportunities for blokes where we almost invited Fremantle to go for that. They chipped it back and forth and then go for the middle kick, but we knew that was coming.
Yeah. And like we invited that uncontested style of football.
Yeah.
And I think they walked into the game trying to do that. And it was like, oh, sweet.
Well,
we don't have to force them to do this. This is what they want to do. Like Brendan Cox had 20 marks.
Well, Justin Longmire after the game said, because a lot of people said, oh, Fremantle want to play this way. He said, no, we wanted to play this game fast.
There you go.
So that is full credit, out-coached.
Yeah.
1-0 for us, 1-0 for Ross against the coach in the AFL. You know, he ripped Freo apart in that respect.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
They couldn't do anything.
But what I like to see was when we were going in numbers to the contest and making sure defensively we had numbers, on the opposite end of the spectrum, we weren't chasing in numbers.
Yeah.
Which was fantastic to watch.
Not getting sucked into
the ball carrier, because that's where teams like Melbourne destroy you, is because you get sucked into the ball carrier, and all of a sudden they've got Gawn, Clayton Oliver, Brayshaw, all running free through the midfield.
Yep.
We trusted the person chasing to be able to apply the pressure and for the other person to peel off and make sure the space around them was also taken. So when they looked up, they didn't have a clean handball. They didn't have a clean kick. All they saw was Saints jumpers. And we were fantastic at that. And that made them put it out in the full so many times, and just so many unforced errors, just purely because we were standing in the right spots.
Yeah, and when you look at the stats as well, if you watch the game, like, our pressure was great. But if you look at the tackle count, it was quite low.
Yeah.
So that, again, alludes to that zone, that pressure, that sort of just manning the right space at the right time. Whereas last year, it was man on man, or we just didn't know what to do completely.
Yes.
Whereas this was, every player knew their role. Every player did it perfectly.
Yeah.
And we get the 4 points. We walk away.
Yeah. I want to go through the sections with you of the field. And I want to tell you, I want you to tell me who you were impressed with and who you thought was the best in that particular section in the field. So we'll start with the forward line, because I feel like we can actually go through a few players in the forward line, but
straight away I've got one.
Yeah, go.
The Poe. He kicked the one goal, but I swear if you watched the replay today,
I watched the replay. Yeah.
How many last minute handballs did he have? The little dink to Brad Hill on the run that set up Mason Wood.
Yep.
I think he probably set up another 3 or 4.
Yeah, he was involved.
The
in
long kick to Caminiti that then resulted in Jack Higgins' first goal. There were so many passages of play that he was involved in.
He's so cool.
He's so cool, but he puts the ball into the danger zone every time, where it's most likely to be effective for us.
Yeah.
And he did that on multiple occasions.
And that's what class players do, isn't it? Like, they just get involved.
Yeah, like they say he comes from good cattle. Like his dad and his grandfather were gun footballers over in WA or South Australia. Yeah, I think for Woodville West Torrens. But you can just see the football IQ there from having people before you know where the good areas are on the field and what to do with the ball. He didn't waste a possession.
He didn't.
And that's how you know you've got a good footballer. He had 16 touches, which is incredible off of the half-forward line. But I don't know if any of them went to waste.
They didn't. Like, even the Mason Wood goal, which was a very important goal, his first one in the last quarter, he gets it. He goes to snap it on his left. He knows he's about to get tackled. Yeah. And then a split second, a lot of players would still go for that scrub kick. Mm-hmm. He changes his decision and quickly handballs it to Wood, cops the tackle, Wood kicks the goal.
Yeah.
And you're like, if that was, say, 10 or 11 other players on the ground, they just go for the kick or they get pinned holding the ball.
Which we'll get to, because there is one person in particular that did it all game, and I was pretty upset with their performance. But other players in that forward line, we'll look at Caminiti now, I guess, because it was also his first game.
Yeah. I was happy with that.
He's coming off of no preseason, and
he competed
out of a VFL a development list.
Yeah.
And you're right, Marshy. Just competed. Mm-hmm. Just went hard at everything.
And that's when you get like a good read on the influence that Ross the Boss has, as well as all, our bevy of assistant coaches in the box. For a player to come in and do that off that limited prep, that he's done. They've probably gone to him after the game going, "You have fucking done everything we've asked you to do today.
Yeah,
that's an awesome game."
Yeah.
Same with Owens as well.
Oh, yeah. Machito was my boy. He was my boy for the How is he only a second-year player? It's ridiculous.
When I looked at the stat sheet afterwards and saw the number next to him, 19, he's 19 years old.
Yeah,
he's massive.
He's huge.
He's 191 centimetres and he's 91 kilo. So I noticed a few passages where he was pretty cooked, and I've gone, it's because he's put on so much weight over the off-season. He's been hitting the gym. He's becoming the big man.
Yeah.
So, tell us what you liked about him. Any
passages? His goals were great. That snap that he got was
class.
huge.
Yeah.
The left one.
Yeah.
And just when he gets, he's had a lot of nearly moments of when he starts clunking them. I just can't wait to see the evolvement of him as a footballer, because he's unreal and he's doing things he shouldn't be doing. But just the physicality.
Yeah.
How inspired are you if you're his teammates?
He's not scared of shit.
He's not, and he's playing as a key forward when that's definitely not his position.
Yeah. And if you're missing so many important tools, experienced tools that we've got, and outsiders will look at our list and go, they've got no one. But internally we know we've got a great list of players that can fill the void because they just compete, they just chase, they just fly for every fucking ball that comes in their vicinity.
Yeah,
we're pretty lucky to have certain players like that with those traits.
Yeah,
because other clubs probably don't.
Yeah, spot on. Higgins, good first half. Had to work his way back into it in the second half. Ended up having a decent final quarter. But they would have been putting a lot of time into Higgins. They put Hayden Young on Higgins, and as soon as the ball went on Higgins' head, Hayden Young just clunked it and off he went. So, I think the service to him wasn't that great. There was still a lot of kicking on the head where it should have been looking for the shorter target.
Yep.
But we'll work that into the game. They'll review that. They would have reviewed that today. I
think Butler, if he had got those first two early opportunities, or at least one of them, I think that's a different day for Butler.
Yeah,
we know he's a confidence player.
Yeah,
and he just couldn't get into the game.
I like that Ross. He's got the balls to say, all right, it's not your day. You're coming off.
Yeah,
subbing you off. And Pato was good when he came on.
Yeah, definitely.
So credit to Ross for identifying that.
Yes,
Pato's a runner.
Yeah,
and late in the game, we outran Fremantle. So it's good to see that fitness that Ross has talked about, that we can run all day.
100%.
Really, really come to the fore when we needed it to. Because Freo, they're not an unfit team.
Oh, definitely not.
And we made them look pretty unfit at the end.
Yeah.
So, our forward line was just competitive all day.
Cordy, he's another one that I think, on the stat sheet, not that sexy, but he had some really pivotal moments.
The most pivotal, really.
Yeah. Well, exactly right. That beautiful goal. But even just I think it was in the second quarter maybe, where they're on the wing, and then he just released the hands. It was a really nice.
It's a crouch.
Yeah, it's a crouch. Yeah.
Crouch gave him the handball that put him in a bit of trouble, but he had the presence of mind to get his hands up.
Yeah.
And then Brad Crouch, which you don't see that from St Kilda last year.
No.
You see him going, like, Brad Crouch standing flat-footed going, I'm out of this contest now, I've given the ball off. Like, it'll be a stoppage. He kept running past and called for it. Cordy. Got the ball back, inside 50, kick, goal.
Well, he also set up the first goal of the game with his nice left foot as well. So
that's right.
Did his job. Kicked a goal, set up a goal.
Competed as well.
It. Big tick. Mids?
Yep. The mids.
Best mid. We don't have to go through every mid, but best mid.
I'm just going to say, as a group, fantastic.
Yeah.
That was the most evenly poised midfield that I've seen from St Kilda in years. Usually it's like someone's got to be the star. Like Jack Steele's got to have 35. Brad Crouch has got to have 35. Everyone chipped in. Yeah. Everyone chipped in. When it was their turn in the centre bounce to go, they went bunter. They went so hard at the
your
footy.
phrase.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Yeah, but they did. They went so hard at the footy. And I loved it. And even when Freo got the footy back and they were looking like they were going to win a clearance, no way, our ball.
Yeah.
This is our ball. And they'd get the turnover. And it wasn't always pretty coming out of the centre clearances, but
you get it, yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm proud of every single one of those boys through that midfield, which is not something I would have said in 10 years of footy.
Yeah, like I couldn't tell you particularly who a standout would be for me. I was just, like you, happy just to see them all get to work and just do the job.
Yeah.
And even like, in terms of numbers, and I'd say Bytel probably didn't have the biggest on the stat sheet, but even he contributed. He did really well. He kicked a goal, a pretty timely
8 or 9 tackles as well.
Yeah, huge.
Yeah, and doing it all. I think he's going in for surgery on the knee.
So what's happened there?
I heard it was something to do like a bit of nerve, pinched a nerve or something.
No.
So I could be wrong, but either way, he's going in to see the doctor and he'll be out for a little bit.
Yeah.
So which is disappointing for him because. I thought he had an impact.
That was a beautiful set shot at goal as well from Bytel.
It was, yeah.
It was a beautiful bit of play when we were bombing it in a lot for Ryan Burns.
Was that Burns that bulleted it in? That was good.
Yeah, we needed more of that.
Yeah.
And we'll hopefully see more of that next week. But him going out, I guess, leaves room for Seb.
Yeah, you reckon Seb, or depending on how Windy's going, but I'd probably say he needs another week or so.
Yeah. Got to give him time with the hand.
We'll find someone to come in and do the job.
Yeah, the good thing is we're not at panic stations for people to come back in. The boys got the job done. So it's just amazing to see. And I think the section of the field where I just went, fuck, that was some flawless footy.
Yeah.
The defence. Those boys owned them. And that was a fully fit Fremantle forward line.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they had Jackson, Fife.
They were so smart with themselves. They were up and about, Freo.
They thought Fife was going to kick 6.
They thought if they just kept on knocking, someone's going to open the door. But fucking ta-ta and farewell.
Yep,
Battle had his moments and was excellent.
I was going to say, for me, you've brought him up first. He was the best of the lot. Watching back that replay and seeing how many contests he was involved in, how many spoils he had, how many intercept marks and intercept possessions he had where he set up the play. For me, that was almost best on ground.
That passage near the wing, where I think the ball was kind of like bouncing in front of him and he was one-on-one with another bloke, I think it was. Yeah. And he just kind of kept pushing, but eventually got it and then turned around and got the hands out. Yeah. It was excellent. Yeah. Just was never going to lose that battle.
He would have got some best and fairest votes.
Just for that part, it was excellent.
For everything. He was leaving his man. He was helping out. He was doing everything right.
Yeah.
He was doing absolutely. That was one of his best games of football where I went, okay, you have just labelled yourself as a key defender.
And for anyone that thought we were going to try and swing him forward,
nah.
No one is doing that down back.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, it's a fair point. Point.
Yeah.
But Dukes, I thought he looks a different player to me. I think he You know, he seems very sure in what he wants to do there.
Yeah.
And
there was a couple of moments where I went, Dukes, like
The kick.
that's a classic moment.
Yeah.
but,
you know, like you're going to get that. Like, there's no
But
perfect
better it
footballer.
happens twice than
Yeah.
5 times.
Yeah.
So
That's it.
I think also, it's easy to pinpoint sort of individuals, but also, I guess it is still individuals, but our transition from the kick-ins.
Yeah,
The
they were
big-
nice.
One of the
Much better.
biggest,
Yeah.
one of the biggest difference already I've noticed is
100%.
having Sinks and Naz take those kick-ins.
not only
it
that,
Um,
Stocker.
and Stocker, the three of them.
Oh yeah, we haven't talked
beautiful.
about him, but he's
How good was
he's
Stocker?
equated himself to the red, white, and black very finely.
Yeah. Well, he was a red, white, and black boy before he was a Carlton boy.
Yeah.
And I heard on the commentary how he got into St Kilda.
Yeah,
He was, I think. Yeah. So Stephen Silvani recruited him to Carlton.
oh yeah,
Loved him at Carlton. Carlton didn't like him, so he brought him across to St Kilda
Yeah.
when he came across. And not only that, he did that with Caminiti as well, because his son,
yeah.
like Caminiti played on
Wiedering.
Jake
Yeah.
Wiedering in
Yeah.
a match simulation and said he towed him up. So now we've got him, like, just fantastic. So good on you, Sauce.
No,
Thank you.
yeah, that transition.
It was really
Yeah,
good.
it was so good,
There
wasn't
was
it?
there was
It
some really good
clean.
plays. I think there was one where Sinks kicked it in. He eventually then, I think, kicked it long into the forward line after a passage from literally one end to the other, and we scored from that.
Yeah. I haven't seen that in ages.
Nah.
and Jimmy, he was
Oh,
unreal.
gutsy.
Oh yeah,
very
very.
gutsy game from Jimmy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he came off a couple of times.
Yeah, got
Hurt him, like,
hurt.
bleeding from the ear.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was going up in a rough contest. And
Yeah, I heard that in Ross's presser afterwards. He's like, oh, he's got a hurt hand and, you know, bleeding eardrum, but he's all right.
yeah, that's it.
Oh, fair enough. That sounds pretty bad.
That's the bare minimum if you're playing for Ross Lyon, mate.
that's all
You
right.
better come off with some bruises. If you're coming off with no scratches, you haven't played.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the one thing I haven't watched yet. I didn't get time to watch.
I haven't either,
Ross
actually.
Lyon's press
I'm
conference.
keen.
Oh, it's just
No,
the king
no
of-
spoilers.
There was, you know, there's nothing outlandish really, but one thing that he did say that I really liked, and it's back to the crowd, that he got asked a question about the, you know, the atmosphere and all that. So yeah, it's pretty good, but, you know, hopefully next time there's more. And
Yeah,
he
good.
is spot on because seriously, for the people out there that didn't go, but they chose to stay at home because they were scared of Fremantle, scared of 440. I'm sorry, but you're a soft cock. All right?
Shame.
Shame. Do better because the hardcores were there on Sunday,
Yeah.
and they got justly rewarded for turning up.
Yeah.
So we need to do better in that space, and there is no better place in the world to be than under the roof or just watching the Saners do their thing on the ground, and everyone's up and about. Like, how excitable was the crowd?
Oh,
Brilliant.
It
And you know
was
what?
nuts, yeah.
We turned the umpires too.
I
We
loved how
turned on-
loud it was.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Like-
big time.
It's so awesome.
Those two chains. There was a chain that went.
How about that
They went
deliberate out of bounds where
the
he punched
deliberate
it?
was
Oh my
ridiculous.
god!
And then we had 3 in our forward line that weren't called deliberate, even though it was exactly the
Yeah.
same scenario. I was like, that is absolute.
and 3 of their
horseshit.
first 5 goals
But-
were free kicks.
And they were shit free kicks too.
One of them was coast to coast free kicks.
Yeah.
I know which one you're talking about.
It was coast
halfback
the first time we gave away
wing,
the 50. Yeah,
goal. Yeah,
and then giving away the 50. Like
but yeah,
pretty bad from your captain and your vice captain. Well,
But since when is pointing at the scoreboard? Like, I thought that's like a part of footy tradition.
nah, that's like DMAC last year asking what was the free kick for. They just don't. You just don't say shit. They just they just don't let you
they're
say anything.
allowing now
for
to
a
have
chat.
a conversation with you and have a chat.
but not.
yeah, but
Point.
not like he's like the moment's gone, mate. Like I've paid the free kick.
No, but it's
Stop
more about
pointing at
reviewing it. It's like, look, this is what's happened,
But,
and
but the
we
review's
feel
going to
like
happen after the game. They
no.
can't change.
Well,
the
who cares
decision
about
on
after the
spot.
game? That's why captains, you know, they get in the year, they have a chat to the
I
umpire,
think,
and they
yeah.
go, look, this is what's been happening. You know, like Rewalt used to do it all the time.
Yeah.
And you know, maybe that's the way to go about it. But at the same time, if it is like the Wilkie one, that was bullshit. Dukes is the drop mark, that was maybe 50-50, but Wilkie's one, he was being held.
He was being held, I
And
can
you have
understand
every
him,
right
yeah.
to be filthy and go, have a look, we're both being held, I'm
Yeah.
being held. Like, that's not on.
Yeah.
It's not a 50.
No, it's
Nah.
not a 50, but what I didn't like seeing is that Steele remonstrated and did the exact same thing. And I was like, no, you can't do that. So I agree they were both very dubious calls. Like, especially the Wilkie one was wrong. That was flat out wrong. The mark was 50-50, but it was a late call for the mark, and that's what I fucking hated.
Oh, yeah.
I hated how late the whistle was on a few of the free kicks.
Yeah.
And what I also didn't like is there's still not an umpire on both sides of the contest.
Yeah.
They are. If it's on the wing,
I thought that was the whole point of it.
that's what I thought. For some reason, there wasn't an umpire standing on the 50. You know, standing on the corner of the 50. There was 4 umpires behind the contest when the ball was kicked out to the wing. It's like, no. You're here to get a 360 scope of everything. You're still only seeing that much.
Yeah.
Like,
That's why I've always thought that the boundary umpires, if they see something,
Say something.
they should be able to blow a whistle.
Yeah.
Because they're always a prime position for those sort of views.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
And then you hear the umpires like, oh, well, I couldn't see it. You're like, how's that?
If it's blatantly obvious, then they should get them.
It's like, blocked from view. It shouldn't be now.
Yeah.
You should have 4 corners of the box covered. That's what it's meant to do.
Yeah.
Each coming in, rotating. Like,
But the good thing is, it could have detracted us. It could have really just stuffed the momentum.
yeah.
Yeah, 2022
And
Saints.
we
We would
didn't.
have dropped our bundle and
Yeah.
just copped a few more goals.
Yeah, but
and then,
we didn't. We really didn't give away any silly free kicks after that point.
Yes.
Which,
yeah, that's so spot
which I
on.
think is something we've got to
yeah,
be happy with.
and that just attests to like how well disciplined we were in our first true game under Ross. It's amazing how quickly we picked up this game plan.
It couldn't have gone better.
Couldn't have gone
to
better,
summarise
yeah.
it. Yeah.
Just another point that I wanted to bring up. Gresh, mate.
He had the hungry eyes.
He had the hungry eyes all game, and that is not Saints footy.
Nah.
You do not do a U-turn and try and snap it over your shoulder when you've got 2 people running past you or you've got a target that you can hit. No blazing anymore. That's not Saints footy. So I think he's going to have the hardest time adjusting to the Ross Lyon.
Yeah, that's a fair call
Style.
because it's so deflating because we work so hard to get the ball in the forward line.
Yeah.
And once we start finishing it off and getting the reinforcements, like you can see where we're going with this style of footy. But yeah, to just waste it like that.
And that's why Mateus was the hero and you're not. The first gamer came in and he gifted 3 goals away to 3 of our senior players. It needs to happen.
That Brad Hill one where he
Then
chipped
you'll
it
be
in
the
front of
hero.
him
Yeah.
in the last quarter, I honestly thought he was going to unleash a 55-metre bomb.
Yeah.
But then he just changed the kick again.
This is Mateus.
Yeah, I'm like, in a year's time, he's going for that goal.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's Bond. That's Bond territory where he kicks it.
But I liked it that he gave it to Hill because he was in a
But I'm
better
just
spot.
saying, in a year's time,
Yeah.
he's going for goal there. Trust me.
Yeah.
Because he'll back himself.
Yeah. All right, well, I think we'll take a bit of a break here and then get stuck into some Jakey's Junk Mail.
Jakey's Junk Mail. Jakey's Junk Mail. Jakey's Junk Mail. Jakey's Junk Mail.
That's a different way to start it.
Post-victory Junk Mail.
Sponsored
Okay.
by.
Sponsored by the Bentley Social.
That's
3 more weeks. 4 more weeks until we're there.
Yeah, gather around.
Bring it on.
Yeah. Can't believe
Gather
it's
round
4
to the
more
Bentley
weeks until
Social.
we play a game interstate.
Hey?
Yeah, true.
We've got a good run.
Very good run.
This one is from Anthony. Bit of a 2-parter to
Cool.
start the show.
Yeah.
How good is it to see the passion from every player? I think we can all agree it's
yeah.
pretty amazing. We love it. Who was your BOG? His BOG was Hill.
Yeah.
So if you had to
okay, yeah.
give the 3 votes,
Yeah, I rate that.
Isn't it great when it's tough to pick?
it is
Oh,
very
yeah.
tough.
Yeah.
That's what you want.
Yeah.
It could have been Wood, could have been Hill,
Could
could
have
have
been
been Sinclair.
Yeah.
But
So
who?
who you going?
Me?
Yeah, you.
I'm going. This is tough. I'm going Sinks.
Saints.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going Mason. Yeah. Yeah, he was a bit of a point of difference, I thought.
Yeah.
He offered
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
And just to go switch forward and do what he
Yeah.
did.
That's a very good point. We didn't cover that when he went forward in that last quarter.
So versatile.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Who you got, Joycey?
Battle for me.
Battle?
Yeah.
This one is from Styles with Sneakers.
Oh,
Ooh, a bit like us.
It feels like now the whole club and fans are committed to the journey towards success. What do you think? Did it feel like yesterday everyone was kind of just united for the first time in a while? There wasn't any sort of issues. We were all just
Yeah, well, we'll
One
touch
big
on
happy
it soon,
club.
but it showed at the social club.
yeah.
It showed how many people were through those doors and how many people were absolutely going nuts in the crowd. And
that's it. And
it
like
meant a lot to
year,
everyone.
It's a year of celebration, and that's what it felt like.
Yeah.
So, you know, what better time to get behind the team?
Yeah.
And to put up that performance.
Yeah.
If we had played like shit,
Yeah.
different vibes, obviously.
You know what I loved as well? It's like the crowd was going nuts for our 1%ers.
Oh, yeah.
Like a spoil over the boundary line, a big hip and shoulder from Sinclair.
Yeah.
Like,
A lot of clapping.
yes. Yeah.
Very supportive.
Yeah. You're going to love this one, Joycey. This one's from Lucas. Can we get a Brucey reenactment of the
I was waiting
pose
for a Brucey to come up.
of the pose goal?
Okay.
No pressure. Or a Dave Hughes one, up to you.
Coming in off the wing now, goes long into the 50. Mateus! He flies! He marks! Oh, Mateus. Welcome to the AFL, young man. Lines up on his trusty left boot. And he slots it. He's going to be a star, isn't he? He's going to be a star. Look, there's Mum in the crowd with a tear in her eye. We've got tears in our eyes up in the commentary box. He's going to be a fantastic player for a long time. Congratulations, Mateus.
Very good.
Brilliant work once again. This one's from Thomas. What size is Cal Wilkie's back pocket after keeping Fife there all weekend?
About 6'3".
It's a big pocket, isn't
90
it?
kilo.
He's wearing cargo pants, seriously.
I reckon, yeah, the All-Australian position's looking pretty good for 1 week so far.
Yeah.
Got 20 odd to go, and he might get there.
Yeah.
Very happy with the old Wilkie. Straight after that, do you think Wilkie will make All-Australian this year? That's from Jack.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. If not, he'll get the squad.
Yeah?
Was he squad last year?
He was squad.
Yeah, squad last year.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
This one's from James. Not for the pod, not a question, but how bloody good was it to be at the game that in years past would just slip away from us, but our system simply prevailed.
Yeah.
Most confident, relaxed I've been during a game in a long time.
So
the
true.
Ross Lyon effect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amen.
We all feel the
Yeah.
same way?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was enjoying it until the umpires were going nuts
Oh,
on the
they
whistle.
really did their
That
best to
was-
spoil our party.
Didn't they? Yeah, that's what it felt like. I felt good going into the game. I felt good throughout the game, like we're with them. And it was just the umpiring that got me.
Yeah.
Everything else was fine.
This one's from Christos. Fellas, long-time listener, first-time sender.
Oh, good on you.
Christos,
Thank you,
yeah, thank you, mate.
Christos.
I've been saying this to Saints fans all off-season. We might not have the best list, but the buy-in from the group with our coaching staff is going to take us places. It's early on, but with a few additions at the end of the year, e.g. De Koning and probably Ben King, we will be up there to contend. That's a long way away, but if we can somehow get to 3-3 with very winnable games against Essendon and Gold Coast,
Yeah.
we are looking good to be in finals contention this year.
Oh, imagine if we had De Koning and
A
Marshall.
lot
in the
of
ruck.
Carlton fans,
Yeah.
well, not a lot.
Yeah.
Every time I talk to Terry from Blue Abroad, he says, yeah, we'll give you De Koning.
Oh,
I'm like,
idiots! He looks so good.
I mean, like, I'm surprised. I thought they all loved him.
Yeah, he was he was unreal on Thursday night. I reckon they're off him because he's gone.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you reckon that's it? Just
Yeah.
prepping for that?
Yeah.
Madrid.
Imagine if we had the De Konings,
Well, that'd
And
be
the
nice. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
bloody
not going to
hell.
happen, but yeah.
That'd be lovely.
the De Kokings.
No, that's not good.
Okay.
Madrid Laker is asking, is this a one-off game for Burns, or can he continue this form in the AFL?
Okay. Firstly, that needs to be changed. Madrid Laker.
Madrid
Sainter.
underscore Laker, but yeah.
Madrid _Laker _ Sainter. Wear it
Yeah,
proudly.
add it in there, yeah.
Add it in there. We
Yeah.
want to see it in there. And Ryan Burns. Yeah, he's in for the year, isn't he?
Well, that's
Yeah.
the best part is that that's one game down.
Yeah.
We'll know again on round 2.
Yeah, that's
because he's going to
exactly
play
right.
against a probably a better midfield, let's say.
Yep.
In the Dogs,
Yeah.
they've got good, hard-working wingers.
True.
So we'll see how he goes.
Yeah.
And did you guys see his sort of post-match thing that the club put on the socials?
Nah, I didn't.
No.
Very good. And paraphrasing here, but he said something along the lines of that it's just the role. It's really clear on what you're there to do, and by the sounds of it, previously it was maybe a little bit confusing with what his role is in with the team.
Yeah.
So if it's simple enough for him, and that's the fruits of it all, we don't need to get him 27 touches. If he could, still put in that work rate and gets 20, he's still happy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This is from Jack Hall. Any thoughts as to why Hunter Clark was on the bench for so much of the game? Because he did only play 59%.
Oh, really?
There you go.
59% for 18 or whatever disposals. Not bad.
I think we just want to keep him in the midfield and
But
keep him fit in the midfield.
That's what I was thinking. Like,
Yeah.
if we stuck him at half forward on a wing, he probably plays 70-odd% game time.
Yeah.
But if we want to play him full-time mid, you probably only play him, 60%,
we've got to work him
don't
into
you?
it, yeah.
Ease him into that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keep him explosive.
Yes,
Exactly
yeah,
right.
So true.
Point of difference.
Yeah.
This one's from Aiden. Jakey's Junk Mail. How do we feel about only 23,000 fans at the ground on Sunday? We still sounded huge, especially during Filippo's goal. I think
Yeah.
we alluded to this, but
Yeah.
we want more.
Oh,
Definitely.
But if you're
more.
going to get 23K, that's how loud we want them to be.
Oh, yeah.
And,
sounded
and if we
full.
were playing like a Melbourne team, like say Doggies, that would have been easily 35.
oh, yeah.
So
yeah.
35 this weekend then.
Yeah, that minimum.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
It's not our home
It's not
game,
our home game,
but
but
get there anyway. It's Marvel.
Yeah.
There's no difference really.
Yep.
GA, go top level. We want to outnumber the Doggies, don't we?
Oh, yeah.
They're
Yeah.
coming off a shellacking.
Yeah.
Doggies, they don't show up to footy.
Unless
2016 is a long time ago. They're soft.
So it's 2021.
So it's 1966.
I'm glad you said that. Darby is asking, how does Sexy Mason continue to exceed expectations? It's bloody hard work.
Hard work,
He just
yeah.
works fucking hard, doesn't he?
Did you see they have it up on KO, left all the ads and all the halftime chatter in there. They showed more vision from Ross Lyon, and a couple of times he really goes at Mason and goes, well done, great running, excellent stuff, Mason. Like, keep running, keep moving, and just really encouraging Mason to keep moving forward, which is great because I'm not sure he would have been surrounded by a lot of coaches in the past that had full faith in him. So it was good to see that Ross Lyon is actually giving him that kicker and going,
Yeah.
yep, great work, great running, Mason, good stuff.
Because it's meaningful when it's coming from someone like Ross.
Yes.
Because he's not going to throw compliments around unless you've earned it.
Yeah.
And maybe some coaches gone by compliment too many things, and you're like, it kind of diminishes the
Yeah.
effect of it.
Yeah.
Whereas
Yeah.
if Ross tells you, great running, mate,
Yeah.
fuck, I must have run hard then.
Yeah,
Like, I must have
exactly.
really
Geez,
impressed
I
him.
want to keep that. I want to
I
keep
want
doing that
I
for
want
him.
to get that feedback again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Every
Yeah.
quarter. This is from Longshanks23. Any idea what the white fluffy stuff was on the ground yesterday?
I do.
What was it? Because
know
I was
exactly
curious
what
too.
It is.
What is it?
So I was driving
From
out
Harry
to,
Styles' concert, was it?
No. I was driving out to all the leftover feather boas. That's what it was. No, I was driving out to Geelong on Friday when it was the 37 degrees and blowing a gale.
Yeah.
It's dandelions.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a
How do they get in there?
Through the
roof's
wind
open,
tunnels.
isn't it? The wind tunnels, yeah.
Yeah, they would have opened up the ground to water it and air it out before the game because they had the game there the previous day.
Yeah.
And they've all blown onto the field.
Yeah, okay.
So, yeah, it's literally, there were thousands when I was driving.
How'd you know it was
Geelong.
dandelions?
You
Sometimes I'm impressed by him knowing these things.
Yeah, he's the guru.
He knows too much.
Because I was inquisitive when I got there. I was like, what's all that crap on the
I
ground?
knew you would be.
Yeah. And then when I watched it back on KO Sports in 4K Ultra HD.
Oh, you zoomed in, did you?
Oh, no, you can tell. You can see it. When they've got the ground level shots, you can see the dandelions just...
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
I really wasn't expecting a genuine response to that question, I'll be honest.
There you
but
go.
Wow.
I'm
You are
impressed,
welcome.
Joyce.
Yeah, because I
Well
was
done.
inquisitive. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had the same question. I was like, what is all that crap?
Yeah.
There you go.
This one's from Aiden. Platform 28. Cozzy was there. It was elite.
It was so good.
Yeah, were you there?
Yeah.
Enjoy it?
Of course I was there. Yeah, of course I enjoyed
Did
it.
you do a Ross Lyon impersonation?
Nah, it was like pretty much like, back in the day lining up for the Lethal Weapon ride at Movie World.
Yeah.
You just look at it, you're like, that'd be sick to go on, but I'm not waiting this long because the line to get to Cozzy was huge.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. He almost needed a bouncer to let people in to go say good day to him. But
That's nuts.
yeah, he is getting right into it.
Good on him.
This one's from Dan. Ahoy, boys. So happy that the potty and the footy are back. Great win last night. The Lions' den looked on point and fully firing. Anyway, just wanted to put forward a couple of suggestions for punishment for the loser of Year 3 for the tipping comp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Godfather, make him wear a cat's top to a St Kilda game or the next time we play Geelong.
I can't believe you read that out. I thought you'd siphon that out. Sure. That's brilliant.
Whiskers. I want whiskers.
Yeah.
You know
feel
that
like you've
part
got
in
cat's hair in your
Nah,
mouth?
you know that part in Dumb and Dumber where he fakes like vomiting when he sees his mate drive off with the chick? That's exactly how I feel right now. For Marshy, anything to do with running cardio?
Yeah, fuck no.
Anything to do with fitness, Marshy?
No, that's a hazard.
Joycey, make him belt out a classic banger of a song, but totally off key. I mean, that's just him singing.
I'll do that. Yeah, that's what I do for work. Yeah,
Joycey got
I've actually
a
just
vibe
bought this new pedal that like auto-tunes my voice, so I can do that. It's fantastic.
There was another one, I think, earlier in the week. Let me find. It was from J Stick or something. Good name. The loser of the tipping at a U3, the loser should do next season's Maddie's ride from Moorabbin to Marvel.
That's a big one.
That's a big one.
no.
From
I don't even
Moorabbin
have a
to
bike.
Marvel Stadium. First of all, I haven't ridden a bike properly in a long time.
Yeah.
And that's a good, probably 25k or something.
Yeah,
isn't
well,
it?
how many tips did you get?
I got 7.
You got 7. All right, and yourself?
6.
6. So I'm getting the training wheels on this week. Yeah.
What'd you get?
I got 5.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got this. I was surprised I got the 7, to be honest.
Yeah, that was a tough round.
It was a tough round, so I'm
Very
happy I got
tough
through.
round.
I'm 46th ranked. At the
That's
moment.
very good. I think I'm 129th. Yeah.
What do we got here? Chris is asking, I don't think this is going to happen because I don't think Windy's going to play, but would Butler make way for Windy? Butler's not threatened at all to being dropped, is he? If he's being subbed
he
off.
might be.
It could be.
Because it's a bit of a hint, lift your game.
He might be wearing the vest at the start of the next game rather than starting on the field.
Yeah?
So, I don't know. It's up to Ross.
Yeah.
Keen to watch.
Yeah. That's all the ones I've got, but if you guys are keen for some more, I've got more. What do you reckon? Do we freestyle it?
We've got a bit of time, yeah.
Let's freestyle it.
And just while we're on that, the tipping. So,
Yes.
am I right in that there were like 4 people who got 9 tips?
No,
Nah,
there was only
one.
one person.
One
that got
person.
9
Yeah.
tips.
So
yeah.
I'm currently, so their name was Man of Steel 999.
Oh, yeah.
And he
good
got
name.
9 tips.
She got
She.
9. So congrats to
Yeah,
her. I've been
beautiful.
chatting to her about the potential prizes, and we've got something in store for her. So I'm just gonna send it out to her this week, which will
And
be
what-
good.
what
So
is
some
it? Well, we
merch.
gotta-
She'd like some merch.
She'd like some merchandise.
She'd like
There we
some
go.
Saints TV specific merch. So
There we go.
Nice.
I
we're
like
going to give her
that.
something special. So that's in the works already. So
Yeah.
Lovely.
good on her.
Yeah.
And more incentive for everyone else to join the tipping still. It's only 1 week down, so you can still join.
And like, if they join now, do they get the away teams? Like,
I
Ah,
don't
no,
know how it
yeah.
works. You'll start from 0, I assume.
I don't think you start from 0.
Or maybe you do get the away games.
Depending on whether you haven't tipped at all.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
I'm not
Yeah.
entirely sure, but it's only 1 game down. People are going to have off weeks. You'll catch up.
Yeah,
You'll
Especially if I'm
be
doing
ahead of Joycey next week. Like if you
that's-
sign up now.
that's so true. I'm so shitty at tipping.
saintstv.com.au/tipping. So $10 entry and plenty of prizes.
Lovely.
All right, this one's from Catherine. Why didn't 2 talls in Highmore and Sharman play?
Didn't need to.
Didn't need to.
Got
yeah.
the W.
Oh, the big W.
I mean, when you win, everything looks good, right?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
But would you
yeah.
have played Sharman ahead of Cordy if you were coach initially?
Nah.
You wouldn't have.
Nah, I think we've done it right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trust the process.
Yeah.
This one's from Unga Funga.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's junior.
Is that junior?
I think it's junior.
All right, we'll say it's junior. Pre-game, 10 out of 10. They actually played The Saints Are Coming. I didn't hear it. I think we probably were up on stage at that point, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
that would have been awesome. I was looking forward to
Would have
that.
been good, yeah.
No marching band either.
Good. Great.
Sorry, they don't have a gig every week, so we'd like to apologise to the members of the marching band, but
Yeah.
What else have we got?
it was our fault as the Saints community.
They took our dope.
What do we got here? What's the role of Ryan Burns moving forward? What's his role?
He's just
roam?
Yeah,
Roam
just
and
up
Burns?
and down. Roman Burns, up and down.
Half
put
forward
on
flank.
Yeah, put on the pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's just like a bit of a McQualter type.
Yeah.
Bit McQualter-ish.
Yeah, very McQualter-ish.
Love that. We'll end it on this note because I think it leads into a bit of a conversation we wanted to have anyway.
Yeah.
But this is from Hugh. Are you guys going to be doing pre-game at the social club for all home games? Well, on that note, Joycey, would you like to share
Yes.
some news?
Yeah.
I mean, I think we
Yeah.
kind of mentioned it last week, but let's remind all the Saners out there.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yes, we did have the opportunity to get into the social club this week, or last week, and do the pre-match emceeing, essentially, of the social club. So we had Seb Ross and Jack Billings, who we interviewed, and they were fantastic.
Fantastic guys, yeah.
Got a lot of great answers out of them. We'll upload a few photos and a bit of footage of it. But, yeah, it's a great experience, so make sure you come down. It's a bit cloudy. The next week is not a home game, so the social club won't be running. And then the week after that is the 150th. So we're currently talking with the club, but it looks like we'll be there for the season. And things will change up from week to week, so we'll keep it interesting. But, yeah, it was fantastic. We had Marshy roaming around in the crowd, so there was a bit of fan interaction, which is great. So a few fans got to ask a few questions. I think the best one of the lot was probably a young girl who asked
What type of animal they would like to be.
Yeah.
Who was the hippo?
Seb.
Seb was the
I love
hippo.
that answer.
Yeah,
that's a good,
that was quirky. I
yeah,
liked
that's
it.
a good answer. And what was
JB was dog.
a dog?
Because
yeah.
of his dog. He likes his
yeah,
dog.
because he loves his dog. Yeah.
Oh, I'm
Very
taking a
cute.
hippo every day.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Boys, what animal would you be?
I'm honestly leaning towards a hippo because no one messes with a hippo. I'd probably go a croc.
Croc?
You want to be a croc?
I'll be a saltwater croc.
Yeah. Saltwater croc's a good one. Yeah.
What
Yeah.
what animal do you think he would be though, based on his personality? That's what I'm curious about.
Pooh Bear.
Hey,
Not a grizzly.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, boo boo.
has the ability to make a lot of noise, but
I reckon
Chooses
Joyce
to
would
be
be
cuddly.
he'd be a magpie out the window in the morning, 6 a.m. chirping to the window, just singing away. They're
That's
the
not
singing
bad.
bird. They're the singing birds.
I was going to say I hate mornings, so I don't think that. Could
Who's
be
the
further
magpie
from-
guy? Michael?
I'm a bit of a night owl. I'd
Michael?
keep you
on
up with
TikTok.
the
magpie guy.
man. Yeah, he's great. Yeah,
What would
So
I be?
actually,
I'd be an owl. I reckon.
Yeah,
I'd be outside your window going. Yeah.
who'd you be?
me.
Yeah.
Well, I've always thought I've got the personality of a cat.
Yeah, you're.
'Cause I'm kind of shy, but then when I get to know you and I like you, I'm pretty out there.
You start purring.
Yeah, I do purr.
yeah.
I'm pretty clean. Yeah, what else would I?
licks himself every morning.
Yeah, black cat. Yeah, you're. Yeah.
Yeah,
Black
and
cat.
if you get me on a bad day, I'll scratch her. You know.
Yeah. You're a
Oh
Persian.
no! Don't do that ever again. Oh, this podcast is falling apart.
It is okay.
Wait,
Let's-
just real quickly, because I'm going to be in Tasmania from this Wednesday
Yeah.
for a bit. We fly in straight to the G for the 150th.
Lovely.
So Dino's going to come in and take my spot.
Honour.
And he's the king of the magpie.
Great. Next
He
week,
does a good
Dino.
impersonation of a magpie.
Yeah, like it's almost like it takes it a bit too far, but like he doesn't.
Well, when does Dino not take things too far?
No, he really works on his craft with the magpie call. So yeah, I'm sure he'll be happy to indulge you.
But yeah, the social club was fantastic.
So good.
Yeah, we digress. So yes, hopefully for every home game we'll be in there interviewing either some current players who aren't playing or some past players. If not, we'll probably be doing we'll get some fans up on the stage and do some Saints history trivia and just make it more interactive. Get everyone fired up for the game.
And there was quite a few Saints TV heads out there that came up and had a bit of a
That was
chat
nice.
to us.
Oh,
That
yeah.
was lovely.
Yeah.
And I guess if you were there and if you do have any feedback and or suggestions, then send them through.
Absolutely,
Because it's
was
a
a first
social
for us as well.
It was a first for us, and I spent most of the time in the wrong victory room, just sitting there by myself. I'm like, shit.
Yeah, it's the aisle 14 victory room that we stand in.
Yeah.
So it's the not empty one.
Yeah.
Because Joycey's parents they were in the wrong one as well, and then came over to us and they're like, "You're in the wrong place." And I'm like, oh shit! All right. So I run in, but it was just the most contrasting. There's like maybe 10 people in the other victory room, and then this one was just like boom, like Saints Wonderland.
Yeah, and can I say it is such an improvement on last year.
Yeah.
Like last year, the room was half the size. They curtained it off halfway down the room. There was twice as many tables, and there would have been
They were packed.
3 times as many
it was a
people,
sellout.
if not more. It was huge. It was such a great atmosphere. So make sure, obviously priority, get your social club membership because it does get you in there.
Can you get social club memberships?
Yeah, so it's premium membership.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I thought there was like a wait list for them, but
Is there a wait list for it?
there used to be because if you got that, you're guaranteed a ticket to the grand
ticket.
final.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'll explore that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Have a go.
I think we've been social club for a good since about 2004. I think we decided in 2004 after Dad lined up whilst the prelim final was happening outside a bloody Tattersalls outlet to get a grand final ticket. That it probably wasn't worth it. So sign up for the social club membership, or you can get down there, $10 entry, or if you know someone with a social club membership, you can get in as a guest.
Yeah.
And all that money goes to the club.
That's
and
exactly
Is
right.
it like the past player trust or whatever it is? Yeah.
So it goes there as well. So we look after our own. And they've got raffles and everything there as well. So you can win prizes, you can win signed jerseys and everything. It's fantastic. It's just a great atmosphere in there. It was the most social it's been post-COVID and the best it's been in 10 years.
So it was so much better than the Ricky Nixon Hotel, mate. That was so good.
Yeah. So we'll be getting down there for every home game. So come in, have a chat with us. It is a social club. Be social. Get amongst the Saints faithful, and we'll keep doing our best to entertain.
Yeah.
Boys, is there anything else we want to cover? We've got Bulldogs.
Doggies. Get into it.
Doggies.
Short and sharp. What do we reckon?
Yeah, they're going to be fiery. They're coming off a pretty embarrassing loss.
Yeah, but they're going to be fiery, but they can fizzle out.
They can. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Up to them to hold the fire.
Yes.
We held the fire on the weekend.
We did. Yeah,
Do it
we brought
again.
our extinguishers.
Yeah, and I think we should look at the Doggies and go, yeah, they've got the skills, but if we bring the heat, we can break them down.
Yeah.
They got to fight through it.
Sorry to ride you on the shoulders there, mate, but I think previous administrations would have maybe really focused on, they're going to come out firing at us. This is what we need to expect. But I feel like the current setup will be like, this is a delicious opportunity.
Yeah.
We're the ones we're coming in with the momentum. They should be looking at us and go, all right, we've got to stop them.
Yeah.
Not just because we're, fancied to do big things this year, that it's just going to happen automatically.
Yeah.
Because Freo made that mistake.
Yes.
Well, that's the benefit of playing so many unknown players.
Yeah.
That Freo hadn't played against Filippo,
Yeah.
Caminiti,
Yeah.
probably Owens at the time. There's so many new faces. Stocker.
The Doggies have definitely never played
They've definitely
against
never played
Cordy.
any of them. Cordy, yeah. But there's a lot
Mate,
of
they've been
players.
playing against him for 5 years.
Yeah. Hey,
That's all they
come
got
on.
rid of it.
Too far. We're an unknown sort of prospect for a lot of
100%,
clubs. So hopefully we catch them by surprise. And
enigma.
they're going to look at us, obviously, and think they're going to get a tough game. They're not going to
Yeah.
come at us and think it's going to be an easy beat.
Oh, yeah, totally.
It's
And
not
the
gonna
good
be
thing
like
is as
last year.
They don't have much of a back line.
No. It's,
And they lost Jones. He's
down.
He's done for a bit.
Oh, really? What happened
Yeah.
there?
He got a hit, didn't he?
yeah, I had him in Supercoach
first 10
and he was
minutes.
off, he was
Oh,
off
okay.
straight away, so he's not going to play.
It's a bit unfortunate.
It's just their forward line that's a worry, but Melbourne handled it well without Stephen May.
Yeah, and we handled
And we've-
Freo.
Yeah, we've handled
Incredibly well.
Freos.
Yeah.
So good warm up playing a team like Fremantle
Yeah,
with
true.
that height. And we should be set to take on the big boys.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
We've got Battle, who'll probably take on Darcy. We got Wilkie, who'll take on
Probably you wouldn't
Bruce.
Bruce.
Nah, Bruce isn't going to be in.
Yeah, I reckon? Because Lob's
be-
out.
I was Lob out.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Oh, so
Yeah.
it's just going to be Darcy, Norton, and
Bruce potentially.
Oh, actually, yeah. Wilkie he'll go the astronaut, surely.
Wilkie.
Oh, Dukes usually goes astronaut because he's a bit of a pack cruncher.
Fly.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Yep.
So
Yeah, so it would make sense Wilkie would go on whoever else is
yeah, so it's going to be
Yeah.
well matched up.
Yeah.
It's going to be a very good battle.
Then their
down
smalls, you're kind of happy with our smalls and how they can go. Webster
Yeah.
and Paddo and these sort of guys if they get
Yeah.
a gig.
Yeah.
And then our forward line's very unorthodox. So
Yeah.
get it in there and you kind of don't really know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Crash a pack and rove.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd love to see some more target hitting in the forward line this week. I think that can be the improvement this week. And then the other thing as well is late in the game we did in the third quarter, I can't remember when it was, we did let Freo have some quite easy transition on the wing from the back line to the forward line. Bulldogs are really good at that with their skill, with the likes of like Bailey Dale and Caleb Daniel coming out of the back line. So we need to stick to our guns for a full 4 quarters with that zone, which
Yeah.
is we nearly did it on the weekend. Well, we pretty much did. We pretty much did it on the weekend. So I'd love to see another 4-quarter effort with those defensive structures. And then I actually did notice in the last quarter we went man on man.
Yeah.
That's when we kicked 5 goals.
Yeah, right.
Yep. So we went, okay, we've worn them down, they've changed their style. Now we're going man on man and we're going
It's like we're
all out
saying,
attack.
okay, yeah, we've worn them down, like you
Yeah.
said. Let's beat them in the contest now.
Yeah.
Because we've done that most of the game, playing a zone, playing that way.
Yeah.
Just go man on man, simplify it a little bit,
Yep.
and we'll do the rest. And a lot of those goals were man on man contests.
Yes.
Like Caminiti
One-on-one, yeah.
nearly taking that mark, but then roving it and composing himself
Well,
to handball to
brilliant,
Wood,
yeah.
and then Wood snaps the goal.
Yeah.
It looks so easy when you watch the replay, but in the moment, Caminiti's
That's
first
instinct.
game. He could panic any moment.
Yeah.
But it's instinct to just get it and go.
Yeah.
And
What I'd like to see is Caminiti firmly rooted in the goal square.
Yeah.
I'd like to
it's
see him.
nice
I'd like to
yeah.
see him deep.
Yeah.
Because he definitely
Well-
too many times the ball came in and it was Higgins in the goal square or
Yeah, well,
someone undersized.
We tried Gresh in the goal square.
Yeah.
And it would have worked if he wanted to handball. It would have.
Yeah.
We would have had another 4 or 5 goals on the board. But because he was the right player to put down there to have someone deep and move up towards the ball. But yeah, just didn't work out.
Yeah.
So-
No, you're never going to get a perfect game,
Oh yeah, exactly.
but
Yeah,
we got close to it. So I think
Oh, that's it.
credit to
Yeah.
the boys and the coaches.
And for people saying like they're Ross Ball or whatever it is, that it was boring to watch.
It wasn't.
That was so far from.
yeah,
Like the times that
Being
we went,
boring.
we haven't talked about it much, but the times that we thought it's time to run,
Yeah.
we looked so fast.
We did.
We
like
did,
with
yeah.
Burns, with Naz, with Hill, with Sinks.
Yeah.
We looked, and it wasn't aimless running. Like
No,
we ran
no.
with so much
It was
direction and focus.
yeah. And then
that
we
I've
take
never
it
seen.
out to the wing and then bring it back to
and then
centre
bring
half
it in, and it
forward.
was
Yeah.
just brilliant.
Oh,
Some
it
of the
was really
plays,
tasty.
it was great.
And we turned over a few kicks, but that's okay because
Yeah, we're trying new
we're
things.
trying new things. You're dirty when you scrub a kick and you're just kicking it to the boundary line.
Yeah.
That's when you go, oh, that's shit. But yeah, they just kept persisting with it. Like Nas, I thought he had a really sound
Oh,
game.
he was great.
He made a few blues, but that's all right. No.
How many
The running
times
was on.
were we caught on the wing where we had to go long to a stoppage? Oh, long to a pack. Very rarely.
Yeah,
No, it didn't
very
happen
rarely.
often.
That was such a big change for us as a football club. Was at the end of last year. For the past 10 years.
Yeah,
For the
100%.
past 10 years, it's just been, just kick it long to a pack near the boundary line and hopefully the Smalls will get it or it'll go
Yeah.
out of bounds. Nah, we were running.
Mm-hmm.
We were on the charge. We kept moving the ball forward. It was, it was
I
scintillating
haven't
footy.
seen Crouch run like that. You
Yeah.
were saying it before, Jake, but you're just thinking about it, like you're spot on. Like he looks so fit.
Yeah.
He looks fit. Even seeing, I mentioned in my review yesterday, but I was sitting level 2 right above the bench, and just seeing when Steele and Sinks were on the bench,
Yeah.
they weren't just kind of waiting to come back on. Like Steele was like pointing, and then
Yeah.
Sinks was in his ear saying, "What do you reckon of that?" And like,
Yeah.
really, that's what I mean by in the game. Like every play they were analysing and focusing on and
100%.
communicating.
And even Hilly to Filippo.
Hilly to Filippo as well.
At quarter time.
Hill running off the bench to go to his position between the bounce. Last year, I guarantee he's jogging to that position. Last night, he was sprinting to it like the ball was there. And I'm like, he's just going to his position where he should be.
Yeah.
But he was bolting out there. And that just, again, shows how switched on they were.
Communication. I remember seeing Sinclair come on.
Yeah.
Because I would have been sitting right above you, I reckon.
Probably,
I
yeah.
remember seeing Sinclair come on.
And he was
go,
yelling?
Hilly.
Yes,
back.
I remember
And
that.
Everyone moved back a line because I'm not going to get to that bloke who's free in the 50.
That was so good.
And everyone did. Everyone just went back a line and took a man, and we got the contest. Like, we got the clearance.
So it's just those little things that we weren't doing last year.
And we're sprinting to the bench to make sure that,
Coming on, coming off.
Dukes was cooked. And he put in a 100% effort sprint to get to the bench to make sure that Wilkie could come on and go straight back into position.
That's the stuff that people don't see on the tally.
Yeah.
It's just awesome.
Yep. Yeah.
So bring it on this week.
Brilliant. Alrighty. Doggies. Saturday night?
Yep. 7:25.
Yep. At Marvel, you going to be
Absolutely.
there, Jakey?
Yeah, mate. Of course. Going to be there.
Yeah. I'm doing a gig, so I won't be able to make it.
I'll report for you boys.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Good stuff.
I've got an iPad that usually sits on my microphone stand with like lyrics and chord sheets and everything.
You're going to have the game there, though.
Yeah, I'm going to have the game
That's
up.
the way. That's how it should be. Love that.
And speaking of lyrics and chord sheets, the Aisle 29 crew will be standing behind our goals, behind our cheer squad, supporting the cheer squad, supporting the boys, making some noise.
Love it.
And we'll have a whole bunch of saintly hymns booklets that you can flash, and Dougie Bear will be dishing out. So you're looking for a spot to stand at the footy. Doesn't get much better than there.
Love that.
Love that.
Alrighty, boys. Well, without further ado, have a bit of a joke prepared for you.
Hey.
Oh, I haven't rehearsed this.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Owen.
Oh, no.